Hey friends, it's your buddy Matt Lyles here, and I've got just for you the latest edition of Matt's Motivational Minutes videos, where I give you faith, wisdom, and life experiences, and you guessed it, in just 5 minutes or less. Now, the title of our time together is Shake It Off. Now, as I'm recording this, we just had a snowstorm last night and this morning, dropped about a foot of snow. And, for some it was a snow day. For me, I still had to go to the office. I had a couple clients. I had one over here, so I had to prepare. I had to get the car cleared off. I had to hunker down and drive into work. I had to go through the storm, so to speak. There are two ways I could have approached the storm. I could have approached it with fear and trembling and wanted to just hide and call out and just have a snow day, or use my common sense, use the proper amount of caution, and plug through the storm to get to the end destination to achieve the mission. Now let's take that a step deeper, friends. How many of you that are watching today have been struggling with the storms of life? Because it's kind of hit me funny as I was driving in. A lot of times, friends, we approach how we approach the snow and the storm, so to speak, correlates with how we approach the storms of life. There's two ways we can go about it. Like I said, we can hunker down, go into hiding, and just wait for the storm to pass, or we could kind of not suck it up, but we could use our common sense. We can use the proper amount of caution and plug through to get the mission achieved that we need to get done. But how many of you have been struggling? How many of you, with the COVID going on and all the other storms of life in the last couple of years, has made you want to just have a snow day life-wise, has made you want to go into hiding, made you want to go into retreat mode and just hunkering down until this storm passes? Let me encourage you with a scripture verse out of Isaiah chapter 52, verse 2. The Israelites are going through a storm, and they're called to shake it off, rise up, and sit enthroned, and break the chains from around their necks. How many of you, friends, have felt chains around your necks in the last 2 years or so? How many of you have felt kind of dusty? Have felt like the dust of life has just accumulated on you, and it makes you want to just go into retreat mode until the dust magically falls off and goes away? Well, let me encourage you today, friends. Maybe today's the day that you decide that you're going to stand up and you're going to shake it off and you're going to rise up, because God has called you, friend, to move forward. God has called you to shake it up and to rise up to the status where you belong. But you got to trust Him through the storms. You see, Jesus walked into the storm and spoke peace into it. How many of you are feeling chaos in your storm today? How many of you are feeling like, with the COVID and finances and watching other people get sick, maybe even you getting sick, that there's no peace in your storm, and it has taken your 2022 off to a dusty start? It's taken your 2022 off to a sluggish and a stormy start. Well, let me encourage you. Let today be the day that you turn it around, friend. Let today be the day that you say, you know what? I'm going to shake it off. I'm going to brush the dirt off my shoulders, and I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to rise up, and I'm going to trust God through the storm. I'm going to use my common sense. I'm going to go ahead and plug through to achieve the mission that I've been called to achieve. And I'm not going to let any storm put my head down in the sand, so to speak, and keep me from looking up and standing up and rising up where I belong. So I hope I hope in hearing this that you can embrace that and let that be your battle cry, friend, because don't let the storms of 2021 and 2020 carry over into 2022 and keep you from plugging through to achieve the mission for which you have been called. Don't let the storms build up so much dust that you want to just hide until everything falls off, friend. Don't let life pass you by. You stand up, plug through, fight through, and shake it off. Let God do all the cleaning up, and you just keep going forward and plugging through like you're supposed to, friends. I hope this message has found you well and encouraged you. You can find us a couple different ways. You can look on my YouTube channel, Matthew Lyles. You can stay right on our Facebook page, Message by Massage, or you can go to our website, messagebymassage.com. Until next time, take care, God bless you, stay safe, and shake it off.